Hello and welcome to Turbo Thumbs. I am Rasta Joe, and this is Thumb Through, and we're thumbing through The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color. Let's get to it.
Okay, folks, we're back. So I have to confess, I done goofed. I did this entire episode already without hitting the record button. And unfortunately, after last episode, I didn't save, so I can't go back and show you all the things that I did. One of them was going into this cave, which I had to use the hook shot to get across here, and it was just 200 rupees in that chest. I feel so stupid. But, oh crap, what am I doing? There was another thing I did. It's kind of a big thing. We did the sign maze, which I'm not going to go back and do because it's really not that interesting. You just go in the direction that a bunch of different signs tell you to go, and you get a third song for your ocarina from this big fat dude who looks like Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2, the Doki Doki Panic one. And I feel really stupid. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you always save after every video. Because I could just go back and redo it. I'm still going to tell the same stories that I told. But, I just feel dumber now. And I have to live with that. So, the stories are my early days in gaming. So I'll tell you about the first video game I ever played. Ever. It was way back when I was like only like 2 years old, maybe 3. But back at that time, my dad had, I think it was an Apple II computer that he called me into his office one day in our house. And he says, "Oh, I got something to show you here. It's a game." And you know, I'm a little 2-3-year-old. I like games. I want to try. Show me. So, picks me up on his lap in front of his computer, and he puts on this game. I have no idea what it was called. I'm pretty sure there was a 2 in the title, like it was the sequel to something else. But I mean, it could hardly even be called a game. It was just like a point-and-click adventure type thing, where you played this little kid who was probably like a 2-year-old himself, and you'd go around his house, and each room you'd go into was pretty much just like a stationary image with maybe some minor little movements in it. Oops. And you can like click on different things in each room and they'd react. Like the only one I can remember was, my favorite one was, you'd go into the parents' room where your mom was still sleeping, and you turn on the radio, it would make a little sound, or play a song or something, and then the mom would wake up and turn it off. And I just remember doing it over and over. So let me read this real quick. "Do you want to challenge the river rapids on a raft? Proceed to the office at once, please." There we've got a raft game, which is a phrase I bet you've never heard before. This is like the nerdy guy who runs the Trendy Games brother, I guess.
"Wanna go on a raft ride for 100 rupees?
Sure.
Okay, the raft is ready for you outside. Enjoy."
Just trying to do a stereotypically nerdy voice there. As you can see, the raft kind of flows down the river on its own. but you can fight it up here where the current is low. And can you charge with the boots? I guess not. You're just running in place with your sword out at that point. But you can jump. And I think there's a shell on this river somewhere. Let's see, we got 18, we need 2 more, and then we get the level 2 sword. Oh no! Oh no, I think I've gone the wrong way! Oh. Yeah, I got that I got the chest here already. Last time. But I thought I missed the shell somewhere, so let's see if I can track it down. Nope, I think I'm pretty much stuck in this path. It goes around, and that's nice and all. And that chest is part of a dungeon. I think it's the next dungeon. But we'll get to it. Oh, give me that money. If I can't. And those are hovering over the plants, so I don't see how you're supposed to get them. Ah! Alright, so this is the area we're supposed to go into. And there's something climb back up here though. And I say climb up, even though as you can see I'm jumping down. But the stairs take me right back here. So yeah, that was the first video game I ever played. Like I said, no idea what it was called. But it did kind of spark my interest in video games. Not as much as playing A Link to the Past did, obviously. But, yeah, I mentioned my babysitter before. And her sons had a Super Nintendo. Marin still singing. What she has to say.
Oh, Link! I often come to this village to sing too. It seems that just about everyone loves my Ballad of the Windfish. Link, what is your favorite song?
And he never answers her. But anyway, so yeah, I'd call. Well, her sons were Brad, who was the older brother. And he was the cool one. I always wanted to hang out with him, but he was just enough older than me that he didn't really have any interest in hanging out with me. He did once in a while. But, I remember one time, I was at the babysitter's house. Her name was Denise, by the way. She's a pretty nice lady. Most of the time. But, I was at their house and Brad slept in a bedroom that was upstairs. It was kind of like a converted attic. Let me get my boomerang out, please. Okay, I'm gonna whack this guy with a boomerang. No, not over there. Alright, so on that last screen, the owl was supposed to show up and say, oh, there's a shrine to the south and a shrine to the north. First, go to the south, where you will learn more about the windfish, or something like that. But anyway, Brad comes bounding down the stairs one day, and he's kind of like skipping down the stairs. Oh, this is gonna be hard to describe and maintain the humor. Oh, I gave away my shovel. I can't dig here. Oh well. But anyway, so yeah, he comes bounding down the stairs, and then I feel bad for this girl, but there was this girl, it's like little girl, almost a baby, standing at the bottom of the stairs, and he like skips down the stairs like doo 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 doo. And he lands. He doesn't even realize she's there, because the stairs that came down from it were like in their own little hallway. But he jumps out and lands right in front of her, and she just freezes, and he turns his butt to her face and just lets one rip right in her face, perfectly in time with his skipping. Yeah, it's kind of hard to maintain the humor of that story. I found it funny. Let's give you arrows if you kill them. The only other thing besides the boomerang that hurts them is arrows. So every time you kill one, you at least get an arrow back, which is nice. These are Armos Knights. They only move when you touch them. Get out of there way better. Not to kill them all. Oh, got you on the backswing. Boom, look at that. That's boomerang skills right there. But the other brother, Mark, he was the youngest in their family. He was kind of a little asshole. Didn't really like him, but when you're a little kid and you don't have anyone else to hang out with, he'll do the job, I suppose. But to tie that back to gaming, I would only be babysat at their house on weekdays, and so sometimes on Saturdays I'd call up Brad and Mark and see if they wanted to come over and play video games, and only very rarely would they, because they were both older than me and probably weren't all that interested in hanging out with me, to be honest. I think Mark liked me a little better than Brad did, but like I said, he was a little bit of a prick, so fuck him. Get my ass kicked by these guys. Need to straighten up. One of these two has a secret staircase on them. That one. I already got the other one. Logic would dictate that it would be the other one. But anyway, I'd call them up to come over sometimes on Saturdays or whatever. Seashell, yes! Alright, we only need one more. And we can get that solid. Anyway, so yeah, once in a while they'd actually come over, and I'd usually just let them play Sonic 2, because I loved the game, and it was fun to watch them, because they'd always argue and fight, and I don't know, I found that funny, I guess. But, that was another kind of early experience. Riveting story, I know. But the babysitter, I liked her, but one time, I remember, she just really pissed me off. She babysat some other kids, too, and, we were all out front, me and the other kids that she watched. Her sons weren't there, I think. But, I think we were out front of her house playing in their sprinkler that they had. I just remember being in my bathing suit. But we went, oh shit. Boss battle time. Ooh. Get me. But, I'll be pissed now. Not that hard, though. But, so yeah, something happened. I think someone got hurt or something. And it was definitely not my fault, but face key. You've got the face key. But, I like this part. There is a picture carved on this wall, on the wall, but you can't see it because it's too dark in here. Naturally. But anyway, I got in trouble for whatever it was that happened. Denise put me in timeout in one of the rooms in their house, and I was not down with that. That was not cool to me. Oh, let's read this real quick. To the finder, the Isle of Koholint is but an illusion. Human, monster, sea, sky. A scene on the lid of a sleeper's eye. Awake the dreamer, and Koholint will vanish, much like a bubble on a needle. Cast away. Or no, it's cast away. You should know the truth. What? Illusion? kind of nice. You can just look at this as long as you want. But it's part of the windfish's dream. He explains to you what's going on. It's kind of weird. Maybe the windfish wants to wake up. Maybe it's like, what is it? Taoism or Taoism? Where they believe that there's this sleeping god and his dream is our reality, and anyway. So anyway, she put me in timeout, and I was pissed, man. I was not down with that. So I decided I want to get my revenge. How am I gonna do it? Here we go with the owl again. Hoot, I see you have read the relief. While it does say the island is but a dream of the windfish, no one is really sure, just as you cannot know if a chest holds treasure until you open it. So you cannot tell if this is a dream until you awaken. The only one who knows for sure is the windfish. Trust your feelings. Someday you will know for sure. So anyway, I'm sitting there thinking about how I can get my revenge for this slight against my honor. And I realize the room I'm in is carpeted. And I'll bet Denise wouldn't like some piss on her carpet. Oh man. I don't know how I came up with that one, but I decided I'm going to take a piss on her carpet. And that'll teach her. But I didn't want her to know that it was me, because then I would just get in more trouble. So what I decided to do was, there were bunk beds in the room, and I decided I'll climb under there and pee under there, and that way she won't discover it for a while, but my revenge scheme will be carried out. So I pull down my swim trunks, and whoa, that was weird. I pull down my swim trunks, and I get down in the push-up position, and I kind of scoot under the bed, and I just start letting it flow. Just start pissing right there, directly into the carpet. And I guess I decided that the one spot I was peeing in was getting too big or something, because I decided to scooch over a little bit. Oh wow, that guy turned into a fairy. Nice. Wow, my health went up and then it calculated the damage. That's interesting. So anyway, yeah, I scooch over and I just keep pissing. And I did like 3 or 4 spots worth of piss. And I'm just like still going. And all of a sudden the door to the room opens. Like, oh, I'm just like, oh shit. I'm caught. And it's Denise. She was probably coming to get me out of timeout. Maybe having realized whatever happened wasn't me. But she opens the door and I scramble out from under the bed and pull up my pants real quick. And she's just like, what the hell? What did you do? Did you pee? And I'm like, I didn't want to get in trouble. So I'm like, no! Meanwhile, like, pants still slightly being pulled up.
Let's heal your wounds and get rid of all that stress. Close your eyes and relax.
Alright, we'll do the Great Fairy for half a heart. So, she must have saw through me or something, because she didn't let me out of timeout. She left me in there. And, yeah, so Denise, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. That was so stupid. Such a stupid thing to do. Take a piss under your bed. Oh! That was weird. The explosion knocked me under. It knocked me out. Or knocked me into the stairs. Anyway, I'm like getting my story and what's happening mixed up in my head right now. But yeah, I fucking guess I got my revenge. It was only like another month or so before we moved away, and I guess she never discovered that I took a piss under there before that. because I never heard any more about it. So again, Denise, I'm so sorry. That was dumb. But we're about out of time here. We'll go see the entrance of the Face Dungeon. Level 6, Face Shrine. Yep, so this is where we'll end it, and we'll pick up next time with the Face Shrine.
Okay, so that's it for this time. Denise, I'm so sorry. But anyway, if you like what you've seen here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/turbothumbs or on Twitter at twitter.com/turbo_thumbs. I have been Rasta Joe. That's it for this time on Thumb Through, and thank you for checking out Turbo Thumbs.